Hi everyone, Skinny Pigs 1 here today. So today's video is all about fleece, how to properly use fleece as a bedding for your guinea pigs. I want to make a note, when fleece is used incorrectly, you are seriously putting your guinea pig's health at risk. So if you are going to use it safely, or please don't use it at all. Topics I want to discuss today are number 1, what types of fleece are safe to use? Number 2, why you must use an absorbent layer in conjunction with your fleece, followed by a little demonstration to prove my point. Number 3, how to maintain your fleece. Number 4, how to prep fleece for washing. And number 5, how to wash and dry your fleece. Okay, so number 1, first let's quickly touch on what fleece is safe to use. I'd like to note that fleece is not being used as a catch-all term for any fabric. It is the specific fabric that is safe for bedding. Types of fleece that are safe to use are anti-pill, polar, and blizzard. Those are going to be the most common names that you see. The types of fleece we want to avoid are plushy, fluffy, and high pile fleeces, as they do not work the same as the low pile fleece. Number 2, when using fleece, it must be paired with an absorbent layer underneath. Fleece used without an absorbent layer is very harmful. I cannot stress this enough. Fleece itself does not absorb liquid. It allows it to pass through. This makes it a great bedding choice when used with an absorbent layer under it. Without an absorbent layer to collect the urine, their cage will stay wet. A guinea pig standing in a wet cage, so they're standing on their own urine, will cause bacterial infections, urine scald, bumblefoot, and respiratory distress from the strong ammonias that are found naturally in their urine. So acceptable absorbent layers to be placed under your single layer of fleece. And I want to note that I said single because anything more than single, so if you're doubling it up, tripling it up, you're not going to allow the urine to properly drain, and you could be trapping bacteria in there. So what you can place under your single layer of fleece are U-Haul blankets. Those are probably the most common thing that you'll find shops making their cage liners with. You could use towels, terry cloth, the disposable puppy pee pads, washable incontinent pads, Zorb, or other cloth diaper materials. So I'm going to show you a quick demonstration of what happens when you get just fleece wet versus a fleece cage liner. So fleece cage liner is fleece that has the absorbent layer sewn in between. Okay, so for our first demonstration, we have a piece of fleece. This is just fleece, no absorbent layer. And we have a dish tub. So I'm going to place the fleece on top and pour water in and show you guys how water just quickly passes through it. So the dish tub is down below, and we're going to pour a whole bunch of water on here. You see all the water in there? So now imagine this is the bottom of your cage and all you have is fleece. You don't have an absorbent layer. Look at that. That's what your guinea pigs are going to be standing on. Wet fleece. So now let's show you what happens with a cage liner. So that is fleece with an absorbent layer. Okay, so here we have a cage liner. So there is U-Haul bedding that's sewn in between. So we're going to pour our water on. And look, it's completely dry. So now if you set this down, now that obviously is more than a guinea pig would pee, but it'll absorb completely into the U-Haul, and you can hardly even tell where it was, so that they'll be standing on top of dry fleece. Number 3, maintaining fleece can be a bit nitpicky, but once you get into a routine, it comes second nature to you. So fleece requires being spot cleaned twice a day. I prefer morning and night. Spot cleaning refers to sweeping up poops and any soiled hay off the bedding. I personally use a dustpan and cat litter scooper to sweep up the debris. Another form of spot cleaning is checking smaller pads and beds daily, replacing them as they become soiled. For the entire cage clean, fleece will need to be replaced in full at least once a week. I personally do twice a week. So this is kind of going to depend on the cage size and how many pigs you have in it. for how often you need to change it out, but realistically be prepared for twice a week. It is rare for guinea pigs to be potty trained. However, some are tidier than others, but be prepared for them to really soil where they eat and sleep. So adding extra absorbent pads to those areas for changing out more often during spot cleanings is a great idea. Number 4, prepping fleece for washing is important. Fleece naturally attracts hay to it like Velcro, so you'll either need to vacuum that off or take your liners outside, shake them off, and sweep them down. You'll want to remove as much of this as possible so you don't clog your washer. Number 5, once your fleece is ready for washing, I suggest using warm or hot water for the wash, unscented detergent, which is really important. Guinea pigs are very sensitive to scent. I use the Free and Gentle Tide Pods. You may place your fleece in a wash bag if you wish, or directly into your washing machine. Adding 1 cup of vinegar to the wash load will help it get extra clean, but please never add bleach or any other abrasive cleaners, and do not use fabric softeners. Once the fleece has been washed, you can either hang it to dry or dry it in the dryer on high heat. Do not use dryer sheets. So fabric softeners and dryer sheets leave a residue on your fleece which will prevent it from wicking. So wicking is the term we use for letting the urine to pass through. So in all, using fleece can provide a warm and comfortable, safe environment for your guinea pigs when used properly. Please always check your fleece for loose threads or holes. Dispose of any fleece that is beyond repair, as it may be a hazard to their health if inner batting or long threads are exposed. Never use your fleece for guinea pigs if they're chewing it, because that is not safe to ingest. I personally have not experienced a guinea pig that's chewing it, but it could happen, and if that's happening, please don't use it. So it is an investment up front, but when you properly care for it and look after it, it's going to last you for years. I have some of the same stuff for 5 years or more. So thanks for listening. If you guys have any questions,